We need to be conscious of our bias and do our part to make sure that everyone is in the room. I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
The showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and like our leadership over there has been so welcoming to like my like not at all secret gay agenda. A sense of I don't have to be afraid to like let's have these two characters kiss. Let's in the background this like I was just wherever I could just basically adding queerness to like if you see anything queer in the show, I'm proud of them.
How long will you play Captain Marvel for?
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
No. Wait. Wait.
Black girl magic.
Oh my God. What is good, YouTube family? It's your boy Shaw with the Black Anomaly Rising Channel. Man. Freaking the Marvels, man. This freaking box office was horrible. Yo, this movie literally has the worst box office opening out of any Marvel Cinematic Universe movie in history. Worse than The Incredible Hulk, which I literally don't know anybody who saw that movie. It did worse than the DC movies, worse than The Flash, worse than freaking Black Adam. It did horrible. And I'm laughing my butt off because the saying goes, get woke, go broke. Get woke, go broke. There's an equivalency here. You woker, you broker. Everybody's been saying this for years, and it's been proven time and time and time again. Disney is failing us because they keep trying all of this extremely woke stuff. Like, why did they need a movie like this? You got the three chicks, which I know people are like, oh, you just hate on women. Like, Black Widow did great in her movie. Her movie was actually pretty decent. I enjoyed the movie, even though Taskmaster, they screwed him up. But I enjoyed everything else except for the way they screwed up Taskmaster in the movie. I thought it was good, and it did pretty good financially. Y'all didn't hear nothing about no misogyny when it came to that movie, right? Because I know what the excuses are going to come. They're already coming out. I got an article up here that I'm going to get to. Trust me, the excuses are there. They didn't talk about everything. Superhero fatigue, misogyny. Like, some people done mention racism because they got the black chick and they got Kamala. I'm not sure exactly what race she is as Miss Marvel. But it's been brought up. I don't know if it's in this article, but I've seen it already. I've read it somewhere. It's been brought up already. Because, of course, why wouldn't it be? It's always going to be something else. It can't be that our products suck balls. It's because of misogyny and racism. Every time. Point blank period. Even when you have examples proving otherwise. That's what it's about. Misogyny, racism. It makes sense. Wake up. Misogyny, racism. That's okay. I'm going to calm down. Let me go ahead and read this article real quick so I can tell y'all about this miserable failure. We're going to celebrate this failure together. I'm going to be roasting this because I'm tired of it. If you're going to do Captain Marvel, get somebody else besides Brie Larson, because Captain Marvel I don't think is a bad character. I do think that she's part of the reason for the failure. Nobody cares about Brie Larson when it comes to this. She has a bad reputation in MCU universe. Outside of MCU, maybe she's okay and people don't know that much about her. But in the MCU universe, people know. Okay? They don't like her. And I heard that the main chick who was doing good drove the movie forward, Kamala. I mean, unfortunately, you just got bad timing, baby, because now your movie flopped. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, I'm not that sorry. I'm sorry for you. If there's anything I'm sorry for, it's for the youngster, because she's obviously like the youngest person the lead here. And she got kind of screwed over because now people gonna be looking at her like, well, you did something wrong too. I haven't seen the movie yet, so, and I'm not going to probably no time soon, but I eventually will see it. And I mean, I heard she's pretty good, and I believe it. She looks, I mean, she, even in this screenshot, she has a funny looking face. She looks like she's really enjoying herself. Brie Larson, I don't know, she just, something about her just dry. It's hard to explain. But anyway, the Marvel superhero movie bombs with lowest MCU box office debut. They got a lot of damn movies in the MCU. Thor, Iron Man, freaking some Spider-Man movies. I mean, who are they got? Of course, all the Avengers movies. Of course, those are going to do good. They have Black Panther 1 and 2. Like, literally, all of those have done good. All of them. Hell, this did worse than Eternals? Like, how? Eternals was freaking just this, but they took a bunch of characters, just slapped them together. Like, boom, here's a movie. And that did better than this? Fam. That's disrespectful. Okay, look, let me get back into the article. Okay. Superhero film The Marvels made just 47 million in its first week. 47 million. That's unprecedented. It sounds like a lot of money. For those, if you're just seeing this video, you have no idea what I'm talking about, and you made it this far into the video, first off, that's impressive. Secondly, 47 million is terrible for this type of movie. I'm going to tell you why in a second, okay? It says it made this much, 47 million in its first weekend in the U.S., making it the Marvel Cinematic Universe's lowest opening. What they didn't say is in history. This is the lowest opening ever for these guys. It says, in contrast, Avengers Endgame made box office history in 2019 by taking a record-breaking 1.2 billion in global ticket sales in its opening run. That doesn't say like opening weekend. Maybe that's what it means. I haven't heard anyone use opening run before. So I'm not. All right. Anyway, presumably it means something similar to box office weekend. Okay. The Marvel star Brie Larson, Iman Vellani, and Teyonah Parris, my bad on the names, follows 2019's Captain Marvel film, which was okay. Captain Marvel wasn't bad, but that movie was very successful. It was literally between the Avengers Infinity War, it was one of the greatest movies ever, and Endgame. Very strategically planned, I'm sure. This was not. It said it was down 67% on the first film, says, and as well, that's another thing, it doesn't even come across as a sequel. They were probably afraid to name it Captain Marvel 2 because the first one they didn't seem that confident in. Now, if they felt that way, I don't know why they would try this anyway, but this definitely strikes me as DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, backfire, okay? This is an unprecedented Marvel box office collapse, David Gross added. That second superhero installments usually outperform the originals, and Marvel has some way to go to recoup its $220 million production cost. So it cost $220 million, only made $47 million so far. In addition to that, more than likely, the amount of money it's going to make is going to drop. And they also have marketing costs and other costs as well. Right? So if anybody knows anything about business and how you got to work with the movie theaters and they take a cut, and I mean, there's so much stuff in between that all adds up. So it's pretty freaking insane, and it sucks, kinda, but it's good. I want to see more failures if it gets them to focus on some real ninjas. Like, look, y'all see this shirt? It's got freaking the X-Men and Avengers. It's got all kinds of people on this shirt. It even got freaking I'm pretty sure Captain Marvel, she on here. Look, she right here. Right there. So she can work if you know what the hell you're doing. She can work, okay? All right. So look, it said he can. Okay, the article continues. It is not clear whether this reflects superhero fatigue at the cinema after so many huge successful blockbusters. For example, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which opened at cinemas in May, fared better with $18 million at U.S. box office opening weekend. That movie, I believe, went on to make nearly $1 billion. Guardians 3. So Guardians 3 did good. And I saw that movie, and it was a good movie too. Right? So when people talk about superhero fatigue, they like to take away all of these other factors to try to make superhero fatigue work as an excuse. Like, oh, well, Guardians 3. Well, people, of course, they saw the first and second one, so of course, it's already pre-established. And I'm like, well, if superhero fatigue exists, wouldn't that not matter? Wouldn't people be tired of any of the superheroes? Especially Guardians. Like, Guardians are still not really like a household name, even still. So you would think that Guardians 3 wouldn't be this huge success, right? Another one that's actually not mentioned here, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That movie was freaking incredible, and it did incredibly at the box office as well. Again, a movie that was released this year. So what the hell is this superhero fatigue nonsense? I'm so tired of the excuses. The movies don't appeal to your core audiences, or they do appeal to them. They watch them, and they're like, wow, this movie's ass. So nobody wants to continue going to see them. You learn eventually, in the Captain Marvel, the first one honestly wasn't that great, so I'm not surprised people not signing up in droves to see it. They haven't built up, this whole Jonathan Majors thing is up in the air because of his suit against him. They haven't really built up Kang like they should. It's distributed across all these freaking TV shows and stuff. They're making a lot of mistakes. And they don't admit the mistakes. That maybe you can say the fatigue is because they're doing too much at once with all the new shows and stuff. That part I agree with, like splitting it up between the movies and the shows. But in terms of repeat movie after movie after movie, y'all being full of crap there, I 100% disagree with that part. That's just foolishness. Okay? Gross suggested that the growth of streaming services may be denting cinema revenue, which is partially true, along with the recently ended actors' strike, which I don't think had anything to do with that. That actually makes no sense, which meant that Marvel stars were unable to do promotional work. Okay. Imagine Brie Larson going out here and saying more stuff. More. Now, technically, you might could say that some people who didn't know, because promotions are good. I'm not saying they're not. Promotions may work for some people, but for a lot of people, they're going to turn them off as well. So it's hard to say whether or not the promotions will work if they include Brie Larson. Maybe the other characters, if they would have been able to do more promotion, would have worked. Okay? Not Brie Larson, but the other two. Okay? He also cited unimaginative and bad movies across the genre. This is the only thing that is relevant to me, okay? This is the only thing that's relevant to me is the fact that the movies are not that great. Now, again, I have not seen the Marvels yet, so I'm not going to go out here and say, well, this movie must be bad. I've heard mixed reviews. Knowing me personally, I'll probably enjoy the movie, but I wasn't interested. There's a difference between knowing that if you do something, you're going to enjoy it just for what it is versus having motivation to go see something. Like the Captain America movies, I was hyped to go see them. Spider-Man movies, hype. Iron Man movies, I was hyped to see all of those movies. Hell, even Thor. But I already know that I don't really care for Brie Larson. I don't really know much about Miss Marvel. I never saw the show. And the other chick, I don't even know what her character name is even supposed to be. And if I don't know it, and I literally got all of this gear and all of this stuff, I guarantee you that the majority of moviegoers don't know either. Okay? And having Black Girl Magic in the trailer obviously wasn't enough. Identity politics is not enough. Okay? You get woke, you go broke. I'm not even going to finish reading the rest of this. I think y'all get the point. Miserable failure. They got some other nice stuff coming out. Supposedly they teased X-Men, which I don't know exactly what that means. They kind of already did that before, so it's not really a big deal. But they already teased X-Men before in, I think it was Multiverse of Madness. Okay, so we already know X-Men exists somewhere in the multiverse or something. And they're eventually going to be a big part of the MCU, even though they haven't announced when that's going to happen. That's essentially their trump card. Bring all of these characters together, guarantee y'all going to start winning again. I'm gonna be first time y'all say them tickets available. Y'all say, hey, available starting today, starting Friday. My butt gonna be right there. Okay, I ain't worried about people trying to hold grudges against Disney and all this stuff. I'm like, look, do whatever diversity, equity, inclusion, whatever garbage you're trying to do. If you make the movies good, I'll go watch it. Simple as that. If it's just all about how many colored characters we got in the movie, how many LGBTQs and all of this in the movies is either mediocre or bad, forget it. You're gonna fail. You deserve to fail. And the movies is garbage. And I'm not the only one who sees that. The numbers don't lie. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm Rashad Black and I'm Lee Rising.